What's up, guys? It's B Wade. This is a new channel for me where I'm going to be doing fades, right? All the picks are going to be taken unders, and this is following a mindset and a thought process I've had for a while where unders they hit more often. Lines are going to be set at peak expectations, where there's variance where players end up not hitting, and it could be because of foul trouble, injuries, blowouts, and then you also have just players having off nights. But there's a lot of things that can lead to players going under, and unders hit at a 52 to 55% rate. So in general, unders hit more likely than overs do, and yet everybody loves to take overs because they're more fun to root for. For me, making money is more fun to root for. And so this is just going to be one of the channels and one of the type of videos and content that I'll be doing for you guys. Also, the public loves to bet on overs, right? Sports books know that, and so they tend to put the lines a little bit higher than where maybe it should be statistically. So over time, I think we're going to do really well with this process. This is our first one. I'm going to give you guys my 5 favorite NBA unders for Thursday's playoff games. I'll walk you through that data analysis just like I normally do, and hopefully give you guys enough data to make informed decisions as to whether you want to tail these fades or not. Also, I'm giving away a signed Paolo Banchero jersey on this channel. All you have to do to be entered is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and drop a comment. Also, it's a new channel for me, so any love you guys can show as far as comments, likes, subscriptions, any of that stuff really does go a long way, and I appreciate it. But I'm excited to start this journey with you guys, and I'm going to get right into these. So I'm starting out by taking something I've actually taken already during this series. I'm fading Ja Morant's points. This line is at 24.5 on the app that we're taking it on. He hasn't hit this in his last 5 games, and he hasn't hit this against the Thunder yet all year. The Thunder are a nightmare matchup for Ja Morant. They're the best transition defense in the NBA, and that's how he scores the majority of his points. He also scores 36% of his points in the restricted area, where they're the second best defense, 24% above the break 3, where they're the second best defense. This is just, it's a terrible matchup for him. Lou Dort absolutely is, he's like white on rice on Ja Morant. Like, you cannot shake him, and I don't see Morant hitting this, guys. He took 25 shots last game. The first game he only went 6 for 17 because he only played 26 minutes. It was such a blowout. But I don't see him hitting 25 points. I am fading Morant's 24.5 point line. And then I'm fading Norm Powell as well. So since he's come back from injury, he has only gone over this 4 times, right? Before injury, he was crushing it. But since coming back, in 17 games, he's gone over this 4 times. In both games against the Nuggets in this series, he's gone for 12 and 13. And the volume's been there, right? He took 12 shots. He took 14 shots. He's shooting 4 and 6 3-pointers. Like, he's putting it up. He's just not all there. And he hasn't been hitting this against anybody, really. You know, other than a couple rare games where he's gone over, he's going under this in 24% of his... He's only going over this in 24% of his games, so I feel comfortable with this. This first slip is just going to be a Ja Morant, Norm Powell fade. You'll see that slip on the screen here. We're getting 2.94x for this on Sleeper, and Sleeper is continuously one of my favorite apps. They get lines up early, really competitive lines as well, great payouts. And then they're going to give us 5 to 7 promos every day, whether they're discounted lines, profit boosts, protected picks. And when you use code BWADE, they're going to give you up to $100 in bonus money. That's a 100% deposit match. So whatever you deposit, they will match it when you use code BWADE. And if you do, take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram. I'll hook you up with a free week of VIP. That is just one way to get into VIP at a discounted rate. The other option is use code NBA, and you'll get 80% off. It'll cost you less than $10. You'll get all of my picks for the next week. On top of that, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you can be entered to win that Paolo jersey. That drawing is right around the corner at the end of the month. Let's get into these next 3 fades. I'm taking Desmond Bane, under 2.5 3-pointers made, and we're getting this at a really great price. It's plus money. You can see he's only going over this in 47% of games so far, but when you come down here, only 4 out of 15 similar players have gone over their 3-point line. They've stopped the last 5, including Desmond Bane 3 times, Devin Booker, Quentin Grimes, and he was on a heater. I mean, they're holding almost everybody under their three-point line. He also scores the majority of his points in transition. They're the best transition defense in the NBA. And then when you look out here, they're the best at defending the above the break three, which is where he scores 36% of his points. When we look head-to-head, he dropped 3 in their first 2 matchups this year, but the last 4 he has not hit it, right? And the first matchup he went 1 for 6. The second matchup in these playoffs he went 2 for 7. So he's averaging taking 6 or 7 threes a game, which means he's going to have to go 50% from 3 to hit this line. I don't see it happening, not the way that the Thunder play defense, so I feel comfortable with that fade, especially at this value. Next, I'm fading Santi Aldama's rebound line. We took this game 1 under 6.5 and it cashed. I am taking it again, even though it came down 1 rebound. He hit this in the first game he played against them back in February, but both games in this series he's missed it. Similar players are only going over their rebound line 27% of the time, including the last 7 all going under, right? That includes LeBron James, Mikal Bridges, Kyle Kuzma, Michael Porter Jr., all being held under the rebound line. And in general, he's only hitting this in 40% of games, right? When we look at the last 17 games, he's only gone over 4 times. Like that, I don't know. He's not hitting this at any type of regular rate. He's not hitting it against the Thunder, and similar players aren't hitting it against the Thunder. I feel great about this fade. And then I am taking Karl-Anthony Towns under 11.5 rebounds. Again, he's only hitting this 40% of the time over the last 30 games, especially when we look at the last 19 games. He's only hit it 6 times. He's only gone for 12 or more rebounds 6 times in the last 19 games. That's a 32% hit rate. We look, similar players are right about 50% going over, so that's whatever. It's not a pro or a con. It's a data point to be aware of. When we look head to head, he's only hit this once against Detroit all year. He only went for 6 rebounds in this last matchup. And the thing is this series is going back to Detroit for Game 3, right? The first 2 were played in New York. You'd think he'd have more energy from that crowd. Being at home, that he would be able to play harder. Now they're going to Detroit, and that is a tough crowd. That's going to be a tough atmosphere to play in. Detroit just won their first playoff game since like 2008, I think. So, look, that's going to be a tough place to play. He only had 9 rebound chances in this game. He didn't even have enough rebound chances to hit this if he brought down every single one of them. The first game, he only had 15, which means he would have had to bring down 80% of his chances as rebounds. Like during the regular season, he was getting 19, 20, 15, but he's averaging 12 rebound chances a game here, which is how many rebounds he needs to actually bring down. I don't see it happening, guys. I feel really comfortable with this fade, especially when you look at the type of numbers he's putting up. Karl-Anthony Towns under 11.5 rebounds. You'll see that slip on the screen here, guys. We're getting 6.8x for this on Underdog. Underdog, a lot like Sleeper, they get their lines up early. Really competitive prices, and they have some of the best payouts, especially for 3-man entries. You see here, we're getting 6.8x for this 3-man. No profit boost, nothing like that added on here, but they also do give us a ton of promos throughout the week, whether they're discounted picks, free picks, profit boosts, all that type of stuff. And then one of the best sign-up bonuses out there. When you use code BWADE, they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash. They will double that first deposit when you use code BWADE. So check it out. Underdog is one of the easiest to use apps, and it's also one of the most robust with tons of different props to pick from, tons of different sports and esports and all of that. And when you do sign up, even if you only deposit $5 or $10, as long as you use code BWADE, take a screenshot and send it to me on Instagram, and I will hook you guys up with that free week of VIP. But look, I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm gonna see how these do with the fades and continue to feed them to you guys. Let me know if you like this type of content. If you want me to keep doing it, make sure to subscribe, like, drop that comment, and let's get some money, boys.